Yo, I am Bingo Bango. I am about to go ahead and do this stream. I am deciding if I want to play music or not. But in the meantime, what I'm going to do is I'm going to edit the audio files the most simplest way possible, which is using Auphonic. So let's do that.
Maybe folks are are afraid of that, right? Again, there's too much control, there's too much capability of actually customizing it. And again, like Doc was saying, if you don't want to learn new stuff, you're gonna fail, and you're gonna get left behind because we're not slowing down. Folks like Alex, folks like Doc, and me, we're building communities and we're providing resources. We're answering questions. We're providing, an admin or a moderator. We're putting people and resources in place to address those needs. Discord just happens to be one of those tools. Don't get hung up on the tool.
Yeah. Well, I would say to that, yeah. I mean, I noticed Doc's saying if you don't want to learn new stuff, you will absolutely fail. Yes. But on the other hand, if you put roadblocks in front of people who are not necessarily fully on board with wanting to do that, I'm the worst for friction, right? If there is some level of friction with me, it's not getting done. It's getting procrastinated about. Wow. It's getting these sorts of things. So friction, I know, is a thing. Now, I don't want to put friction in front of my community members. And so I am not hung up on any one particular platform. I like Discord for all the same reasons that Doc does, and for all the same reasons that you do as well. I just know, having polled all of my audience, that isn't what they want. And so when it comes to me as the person that is providing the service, if I've got a choice of two different platforms to give them and say, well, there's this one or there's this one, take your pick, and everybody says we want that one, I'm not going to say to them, well, you might want that, but I actually personally think that Discord's great, so let's just shoehorn you all into this space over here and keep you in there and say you've got to make this work. That isn't what I'm about. These people are busy people. They've got other things on their agenda. They've got enough to learn already, because one of the things I'm constantly getting is there's just so much to learn. I don't want to add another thing to their plate when actually this other platform works much better for the majority of people who have tried both. And so that's the thing. It's like you can't force people into something and say, oh, you just got to try better. You just got to work harder. It's not right.
Yeah, those then aren't your people. Right. I will say that, and I will put that statement out there, and I will challenge the audience as well to chime in. Those folks who aren't not necessarily that are not willing to be as flexible, to not willing to try new things, to not see different perspectives. Those aren't your people. And we just move on from them. What are your thoughts on that?
Not at all, because what we're talking about is with Discord in particular. I'm talking about. All of my people don't like Discord, so they are my people. They just don't like. So they are the entrepreneurs, the business owners. They're just wanting to level up their game. They are perhaps not the most tech savvy in some cases. Some of them are like super geeks, more so than me as well. But that's not what they're coming to me for. They're not coming to me to learn a platform to communicate on. They're coming to me to learn presence and things like that. The Discord, the Kajabi communities, the Circle, whatever the community is, they're not there for that. They're there for the result that they're going to get in the most frictionless way possible. In the same way that, quite honestly, nobody is coming to me wanting to do a course. Nobody buys one of my courses wanting to do a course. They don't wake up and think, oh, do you know what? I just really want to have a course to complete. What they are interested in is the result. And if I could give them a pill to get the result without the course, they would absolutely take it and forget the courses. So people want the results in the most frictionless way possible, and so that for me is why the switch was there to the other community platform. The test has been done. The test has been done, and it's been a resounding success moving from Discord for my paid community. So I'm not after forcing people into any one platform or another. I'm after just making it easy for them.
I'm loving this discussion, right? Again, I'm throwing some softballs, and I'm picking at wounds as well. And you're responding beautifully, Alec. This is what I do, right? I just want a real conversation about real struggles and strategies and how folks can all level up. So
play that, but let me turn it
hopefully
off.
the audience, if you haven't seen me,
I thought I had that muted, but it's really trippy because this profile has system audio turned on, so that kind of killed that. So let me turn that off. I was listening to James and Alec, but I'll go and catch the replay on that. Anyway, so while it's uploading those files, let me set up the screen share, which will be boom. Okay. So now that we have that, we're gonna bust a new project. What I always do is just come in and take one of the older episodes like this, and then I duplicate it as, and then I'll do 10. It's going to be 4K, of course. You know what it is. Apple ProRes stereo, that whole 9 yards is there. Let me go bingo. I'm going to double click that to open it. And then in this particular case, I will grab everything and just shut it off. Boom. Start from there. Now I'm going to take the file and just drop it in. Boom. And then that's here. All right. So while it's doing that, it's kind of sort of good. I normally don't have to chop too much as far as the editing part goes. But what I will do while we're waiting for this is, because I'm waiting for this to do its thing, I will listen to this and let's see if this comes out when I play. Freshie! Let me bring over the Ecamm tab so I can see if it's playing this. We got a freshie. I'm going to move the Notion over here.
This is what happens, right? People say, I'm young, I don't have...
You can pull the pants back up. Mommy, I did it! That's where we at right now. Every person out here. Okay, so let's embiggen this. I like to also embiggen the bottom. Four. Could go ahead and put my marker there. And the reason why I don't want to chop this yet, I don't want to chop this before I put the Auphonic on. Once Auphonic is turned on, then I can chop it. Then I also realize if I'm doing this, I need to move you guys over to here so I can see if you have anything to say. AT. All right, cool. And again, I know you might also be working, so if the scrubbing is obnoxious, let me know. I'll turn it off, and then I'll just play music. Main thing is I got to edit this, and while I do something, I can just tell you what I'm doing.
I know you guys feel like it matters, but... We're telling you, it does not matter. If you're 19 or if you're 69, your age will unlock some creative potential that like other creators can only dream of. And that's what we're going to talk about today on Creators Unstuck.
Yo, I love it. I love this topic because it is something that when I go to conferences, it does tend to come up a lot, especially in conferences where you're in mixed company, right? I think of something like social media marketing world. You see everybody from like 8 to 80 in there. And a lot of the older people look at the young kids and they believe that these young kids somehow have an advantage. And one of the first advantages they always talk about is how these kids know tech. And I want to do something real quick. Before we get deep, I want to take that one right off the table. Okay, Mary Lou, you ready to ride with this? I'm going to tell you why. AI came out November 1st of like 2 years ago. So it wouldn't matter what those kids knew. All of that's out the window. The most important thing to happen in tech in the last 50 years happened 2 years ago. So every single one of us is 2 years old when it comes to artificial intelligence, large language models, so forth, so et cetera. We all just got, you know that Fisher Price told it the first one we could put up the... All right, so what I want to do is go to this particular one and find my first panel, which is here.
On your answer, what does authenticity mean?
All right, so I normally grab this And then I come back here to get ready for where I pasted my questions. Let's see. AT, they are on this channel here. Let's see. Hey, where's it at? Oh, you know what? I keep clicking eCam thinking that's going to do something. Let me grab the link. Yeah, they were just getting to this part about like kind of pushing people. Remember this conversation that we had last week? Not really last week. That we had for camp, right? The amount of people that were complaining about like Discord versus like your whole goal was to come to learn something, and so Alec is like make it easy for them, and then I had just chimed in. Well, if you make it easy constantly, like what do they ever learn, right? And you can't say you want to be a creator and then be like, but I don't want to learn anything. I don't want to buy anything. I don't want to do anything. I just want to create videos and make it happen. And that kind of doesn't work, right? In order to be a creator and put good stuff out there are some things you have to learn. And, Alec's argument is make it easy. And my argument is always, this isn't easy. Like, it's not really as easy as everybody thinks, right? So you have to learn some stuff. You have to be willing to want to try, right? So anyway, I had to leave before so I could do this, because if I don't, I won't get this edited. But yeah, I think we need to get a panel going, because I want to hear more thoughts on that. I think it's I think the biggest hang up for most people is they want everything to be super easy. They don't want to do anything to sort of push that envelope. But you gotta push it a little bit, or you're never gonna get this stuff. It just doesn't work that way. Let me do this. Go back to here. The pants back up. Mommy, I did it! Okay, so what I did on this one was to go here, and this is from the last episode. All I did was pull out this effect. I copied it into my clipboard. And then I come back over here, and I'm just waiting for a place to put it in. And that's where we at right now. Because I've done this 1,000 times, I can listen to it in 2x. But if that bothers you, I'll do it in 1x and just jump around. Every person out here. There's a few nerds in the game, like my homie Igor. Love you, Igor. What up, IP? Like, he's kind of, that savant kid that's like mad smart, like Diana. But most of us are at 2 years old at this time. Like, we just stopped doing it on ourselves in the AI space. So it doesn't matter, because tech is ever evolving. So you often get chances to come back in, and everybody start from jump. Or I should say starting from zero for the people who are not initiated with my street speak. Let me do this first. I'll do that. I broke Mary.
We need a doc glossary when you edit these to be like, bing, translation.
But you know what I'm saying? That makes sense, right? Like, a lot of times
Yes.
we like, for instance, Sony popped off a new camera recently, the ZV-E10 Mark II, and everybody got their hands on it the same day. And you know what happened with a lot of the kids that got their hands on it? They have no experience. Those of us that's been around, that's a good one. All right, so I just want to get
People
that one out of
underestimate
the
the
way
experience.
Okay, touch
They
on it.
just underestimate the fact that they know, like, you've experienced things that other people have not yet. Like you said to your advantage, it just doesn't make sense. That is when is this mindset where you said these things that you're too old, too young, you're not the right age, versus your mindset when you let it go. That is from the wonderful Diana Gladney.
And I like that, right? The mindset is what you said, and the mindset is when you let it go. Okay, so those are important, because if you think about this, long time ago, somebody had this gigantic, he left it in the bag, and about 2 years later, it's like, yo, this barrel turned into this purple train. I don't know, so like, just like wines, we get better with times. And so sometimes it just takes a matter of reframing it. I had to bring in my people.
Yes.
But it's oftentimes these things, you discover that with experience, sometimes things do get better, right? And about like starting a channel, whatever, and the light kids.
Yeah. So this is a show for creators. And if you are a creator and maybe you feel stuck sometimes, maybe you don't feel stuck, but you have that experience of being stuck, then you are in the right place. If this resonates with you, please comment on this video wherever you are watching or listening to it, if you are able to, or tag us on social media, because we want to know about your journey, because this is very, very much about the community. So we can all pool our experience and be better creators.
Can we all just get along? Yes, creators unstuck. Our job is to help you get unstuck and just let you know you're not out here by yourself. All right, so this week, our question of the day. So I just pasted in right there. Is, do you feel your age has helped? And of course, we're just going to highlight this bad boy. And then come here. Chris, I can see that. Yo. Yo, they're doing so good right now. Is do you feel your age has helped or hindered you in your creative journey, and why? And why? I'm gonna restate that for the people in the back. It would say it again for the people in the back. Do you feel your age has helped or hindered you in your creative journey, and why? So, hey, Mary Lou, let me have you posit that question real quick. Yeah. All right. So before I go further, let me check. I want to check to see if the audio is finished processing, because it will make me faster at what I'm trying to do. Okay, so I come over here and you'll see that it worked. I don't know why they name it this. I think I screwed up when I set it up. But anyway, this is all three of us talking here. So I can go ahead and download this audio clip, which will make it easier for me when I go to chop it up inside Final Cut. So for Chris and Yolanda, who came after, let me back this up real quick and show you what I did. This is a crazy setup how this works. All right, so if I go to here and hit live demo, it'll make a lot more sense. So in this folder, boom, in this folder, I have the voices, right? This is everybody from Zoom. I don't really need that. Paul is just moderating. Don't really need that. But I'm talking, Mary Lou's talking. Towards the end of this podcast, Diana is talking. You can tell the Diana file has a little bit of talking in it because it's, smaller, right? So what I did, because our levels are all going to be slightly different, just combination of me on the SM7B, Mary Lou on the MV7, Diana on the SM7B, but coming from St. Louis. Okay? So, Chris, what you missed while we was listening to Jimmy them is I come over here and you'll see I'll redo it real quick just so you can see. I'm going to go to the stock page and I hit Bingo New Multi-Track Production. Okay. Then I take the track one, I'm going to call it Doc. That's not what I meant. I'm going to put Doc. And then I hit choose. And then I'll select my track, which is the one that's called main mic. Bingo. In order to make it sound good, I hate high pass filtering. I never use that. It's not necessary. My voice is not too high or too low. Well, it's actually too low, but high pass filtering will kill all the bass in my voice, so I never turn that crap off. And I don't need noise reduction because my room is clean. All right. But I do go to the advanced leveler and I leave all of this stuff on the auto compressor. I turn this to speech track and I leave the stereo panorama in the center. And then you can specify whether this is a foreground track or background track. I just put auto. Really, you can set it to foreground. So this is my track. Okay, then I'm going to add another track. And this track is going to be Lou, right? Bingo. So again, I'm going to choose the file. I'm going to select Mary Lou. Ooh. Okay. Pop that. And then again, she doesn't need noise reduction. Adaptive leveler is the same. I just put it on speech track. And then I'll go ahead and select her as a foreground track as well. So we go ahead and add that. Then, because on this particular show, Diana was there, this would be common for Jim and Chris. All right. I'm going to choose a file. I'm going to pick on Gluttony. There she is. Bingo, bango. Don't need noise reduction for her either. All of this is good. Select on the speech track and make sure that I put foreground track because I don't want Alphonic to think that because she came in towards the end that she would be missing some bass. You know what I mean? I don't want her to think that she's annoyed. So I wanted to know that she's part of this conversation. So those are my 3 tracks. Everything is good. And you don't have to do this speech track. You can just leave it. I just do it because I feel that it will know that it's what type of information it's going to do, and it's going to use the algorithm accordingly. If you let it guess, I don't want it to accidentally hear music or me singing and think it's the wrong thing and use the wrong techniques. There you go. Okay, so I don't have to worry about any of this metadata stuff for this portion of this processes. I am editing this, so I'm going to put it back on Wave. Bingo. And then if you want to fix the file name, what I would have done is Creators Unstuck EP10. That's what I would have did. At this point in time, I come down to the bottom, what I want the mastering to be. I want it to be the default leveler. I'm going to press broadcast mode. You can use default. That's simple. It knows what it's doing. I just like to double check things. Everything is good, so I don't have to worry about that. Don't really need the noise gate. I can turn that off, or I could put that. It's up to you. In this particular case, because we're podcasting, we're not bleeding into each other, but there are occasional heavy breaths when someone else is talking, and to keep me from having to edit that in Final Cut, I just go ahead and put the gate on, right? And then run the cross gate, set this to -16, automatic, and then I'm going to go dialogue loudness. That's it. That's all I got to do. If you're really brave, you can do auto cutting, and then you hit start production. I already did that, so I'm not going to muck this up. I'm not going to do it twice. So if I go to my productions here, you'll see I just did this one. I should rename this. But if I go in here, you'll see that that was the file because I forgot to name it. And there's my output. And now my output should be downloaded to my computer. So now we're good to go. Okay, so with that in mind, if I come back to over here and grab that file, it's still downloading. Why are you taking such a long time, Chrome? Yeah, it's downloading. Sometimes, I don't know what this is. Every once in a while on my computer, the downloads from Auphonic will take forever. I can turn around and download the exact same thing on my phone and airdrop it quicker. In the meantime, I'll edit while it's downloading.
Yeah, I feel like it has helped me always. Like right now, I'm 41, and whenever I say that, people are like, "Really?" And I was like, "Why?"
You know, to be cute, that's why we look at least 15 years less than we do. You know what it is.
Right, but then it's like, let's talk, and then you'll know, right? And then
okay, so you'll notice that I'm about that -15 because I'm going to be louder one. Hey, that works. That works. YouTube is good to -14, and YouTube will actually reprocess it to -14. So you'll notice that during this episode, Mary Lou had bugged out camera. And what I should have done, let me go back to what explaining to talk to Chris. Okay. So, Chris, I don't want the separate files from Auphonic. I want it pre-mixed. So it's there, right? Because you'll see, here's where Dinah chimes in. This middle one is Mary Lou. And see how low Mary Lou is right here in the middle? I just noticed you can't see the mouse. See, Mary Lou is low right here in the middle. Sorry. And then this is where Diana is talking. I want the completed file at the end. If you do them one at a time, you can get all the individual pieces, but I actually want it to be just muxed because I don't have to do anything. So the part of wanting all those separate files, I want it in the beginning, but I don't want it in the end because Auphonic basically does that editing for me. You see what I mean? If I send it to Auphonic to just level all the files, which of course it can absolutely do, then I'm going to bring them in and I still have to edit. And I'm never editing for context. I don't cut out filler words and all of that shit. It's not that serious. I think it's better to leave the natural of the conversation there. I'm more about the conversation than the cast. So yeah, I want the single file already mixed together. Everybody is proper. And you'll see by the picture, if I can zoom this in a bit, you can see by the picture where it's grabbing. This is Diana talking. That's her in the gray, right? This is Mary Lou talking. That's her in the green. And then the blue is me. It stays the same. So if we get, and you wanted to like listen to a portion of it. Let's go here. Press play.
You're building a library and that's why I think like all of us at all ages need to be creating
right, and then you listen to Mary Lou. Sorry, listen to me. All talking story. What we all discovered.
So you can only be a right now age. And if you hope to get to some later date age,
that's the best answer.
Isn't that so good? I agree with her, but there's one thing I disagree with. I have been 28 for 37 years. I mean, 21 for 37 years. Right. Damn, I messed it up. See, he can't even do stuff right. He can't even get act. Never mind. Leave
about this. So the answer is still, no, you're not. No, you're not.
That's the best answer.
Isn't that so good? I agree with her, but there's one thing I disagree with. I have been 28 for 37 years. I mean, 21 for 37 years. Damn, I messed it up. See, he can't even do stuff right. He can't even get act. Never mind. Leave him alone. He gone.
Okay, well, fine. I'm not too old. Now, I don't know.
You see how clean that is, though, right, Chris? So rather than doing what you're doing, which is the way I used to do it, before I just learned to start trusting the Auphonic, right, I would do the same thing. I would take the individual tracks, bring them into Logic, make sure everything's lined up, synced up, do all of that work, run that down to 2 tracks, left, right stereo out on a master bus, send that master file up to Auphonic for final mastering. And then I was like, that's kind of silly, because what I can really do with it now is have Auphonic take all 3 tracks, level them appropriately, cross gate when we switch microphones, meaning I talk, Mary Lou talk, in this case, Diana talk. And if there was any noise, it would do all the noise reduction. Everybody comes out perfectly leveled based off of negative 16 loudness under full scale. Whole thing is done. I just drop that into Final Cut, and then I'm gravy. So I did it the way that you're doing it for years. For the last, maybe since me and Mary Lou started this, so last 10 episodes, I've been doing this multi-track thing. It's so much faster. It's so much faster. I don't want to over edit the podcast the way I used to, because that's what makes it take forever, and then you don't crank out that work. You know what I mean? So yeah, it's really cool how this works. All right, let me see if my download finally downloaded. Yes, okay, so my file downloaded. Let me drop it in on the track, and you'll notice I just dump it anywhere, because then I do this here, and then move this over here, and then it's good. Now what I'm going to do is listen to it to make sure that it's good. I can tell by the lineups that it's pretty on point.
I know you guys feel like it matters, but I'm telling you.
Look, that's perfect. Absolutely perfect. So now I can just drop this off. I don't need that anymore. And what I'm going to do is do this and then hit Option G. Boom. And then call this Creators Unstuck episode 10. And then I put mixed. All right. So there's my file. Now I can actually make cuts to this, because I've already done the group clip.
I know you guys feel like.
No, also because let me turn on my keyboard so you can see Chotomate Kurasai. Actually, no, you won't be able to see that. Maybe instead of doing it through screen share, what I'll do is do it through this, because then you can see my keystrokes when I put on the keystrokes. Then you'll see the shortcut keys. So if I hit now you can see the keystrokes. Okay, that's better. And then I can see what we're doing here. I just have to move this so I can tell when I'm doing this, and I have you guys in the center console. Bingo. Chris said, I'm going to try it this weekend. Yo, trust me, bro, it saves so much time. You just have to get over the headache of not trusting yourself per se. Thank you, Chris. Appreciate you, bro. Appreciate you. That is gravy. That is gravy. Bingo, bango. Holla back, youngin'. Whoop, whoop. All right, let's go here. And then, oh, don't go to the end. I want to be here. Bob, okay, so do you have that? And then we're about right here.
Age as a construct has just never made sense to me because I feel like after we were all 22.
Oh yeah, one other thing. When I was doing this, what I didn't do in this particular episode because I was not thinking, I was busy. Normally I hit the M on the Mac when I'm doing it on Ecamm, which leaves a marker. Or if you do Shift M, it gives you a chance to name the marker, which I don't like to do when I'm live. I just hit M. It leaves markers because then I can look at a text file that would be in the Ecamm folder. Over here, there will be a text file that had all of my timestamps, which makes the editing process a lot easier. We were so in the cut this one, I didn't do that. Okay. Oh, quick trick. If you hold Option green, you can go full screen for a second. Let me check something. And go back to that. There we go. So I'll show you what I just did because I did it while you couldn't see. I had the Final Cut sort of like this and the Ecamm like this, but I just want to be able to see better. So if you hit Option when you hit green, it makes it embiggen without going full screen. That's what I was trying to show you. Okay.
Like I'm old enough. And
oh, so in the files over here, I have a video file for Lou, but I don't think it's any better, so I'm not going to muck with it. I'm just going to let it be funny looking. What I should have done was have her record it on her side, but it's mainly audio podcast, so no one's going to tweak out over the weird video. Y'all be getting serious about that. I don't think it matters.
then you get past a certain number, which is normally like a 4 or 5 year window. I remember I couldn't wait to get 21. I remember when I got 25, everybody that's 25 talking about they feel like they old. And I'm like, bro, we got 4 years to be right. Like, did you hear you? Do you really hear you? And so for me, I feel like my age has helped. And the thing that it has brought to me more than anything else is, I'm not telling a joke, it's an old joke, but there's a joke about the cow, the young cow and the dead cow. And that is like, let's walk down there and do more. I do not feel like I'm in a rush. I do not feel like I have to be first. I just feel like I have to be good. You know, people say, well, I'm sort of like Apple. Well, Samsung had this a long time ago. Yeah, but it ain't work. Now it works. You know what I mean? I feel like.
Okay, I'm going to mark this. Then I will go here. I'm going to take one of these short ones.
Real.
All right. Copy that. Bring it back. Paste it.
I do not feel like I have to be first.
That's Apple right there. Dude, that's 100% Apple.
First. I just feel like I have to be good. You know, people say, well, I'm sort of like Apple. Well, Samsung had this a long time ago. Yeah, but it ain't work now, which is funny.
As funny, without even remembering what I said 20 days ago, it's the same thing, right? Like, yeah, Apple don't have to be first.
Plus for you is it gives you better priority. When I was younger, I'd be like.
So why can't you at 49 write a song about life and it be very stunning because it like you have some reference to it. You have life experience that you can reference in that. So, you know, and then also with priorities, like experience now, the more you play a level in a game, the better you're at. Like the first few levels, like you just fall off the edge, right? Right. And then like the more you play it, then you're like, no problem. I got it. I got it. Then you can advance to further levels, which you can't do that. Like right away. It just takes time.
I like this. So basically put, life experience is content gold. Your experience is content gold. your years of experience. One of the things that made the Almanac good is they were basically, I think I knew about Blue Moon because of Elvis. That's basically what that show was. So, but all of this experience really does give you something to build on. Fearless. And I'm not making that up. And related to the drama I went through as a child, leaning on years of experience. When someone say, do you get nervous before you go on stage? Like, I think in that room, and I'm like, nah, like doesn't even phase me. Said this. Boom.
All right, so you see how this, I want you to see this. This has a massive break. And yes, I could cut this and close this, but in this particular case, this break was to let a point anchor. So what a lot of people will do is come in and cut this stuff willy-nilly because they're just doing quick cuts, and it's not necessary.
Builds resilience. Builds resilience. And then I forgot, maybe you said this or Diana said this. Diana said it. Age builds resilience.
Oh, you know your mans can't spell. Okay.
That's, fam, write that joint down. Age builds resilience. Boom.
And that's the only thing that's going to
Oh, something I wanted to show you guys real quick. Okay, so let's just say I wanted to take this piece right here, and let's say I wanted to put that as a clip so it's easier. I'm gonna check. I'm gonna be right there in a second, AT. I think I understand. But yeah, I'm gonna call this a key point, right? And then say bingo. This is a weird thing about this. So I have this key point, age build resilience. And let's say I want to duplicate that. You know, the typical move is to click it, hold down the option key, and go like this. Okay? So if I have another point
questions
over
of
here,
like, is this going to be a problem or
right? And say this was going to be the second point, and let's just say we're going to double click this one, click on that part, and be like, right? And then I would use this little arrow to back out. You would hope that this is Final Cut getting on my nerves. You would hope that
the emotions of like, is
this one would be different.
Resilience. That's,
But you notice what happened? Because I did this option drag trick, it actually made it so whatever you type on any one of these becomes the answer for all three.
that's
the emotions of like,
Which is irritating, right? Which 100% irritating. So what you want to do is on this particular one, you want to click it, you want to go up to clip, and you want to say reference new parent clip. You're not going to see nothing. Nothing's going to change in your brain. But now, if I do this and come in and be like, oh, don't hit that. And then go back. This one stays the same.
That.
And this one is new.
and that's the only thing
So if you are gonna, I like to put these into the little clip because you can always re-reference it from doing reveal in browser. Boom, there it is. You can just grab these and you kind of know, right? You can go on the Stream Deck and make it a shortcut key if you wish. But then I could always put these key points down really quickly. But know that if you're going to do that and you make another copy of it, if I put this one down, this one has the Alicia says what? So I need to take that and say reference a new parent clip, and then now you'll notice there's a different copy here, right? So let me put this. I won't delete it because I'm gonna need it at some point. Okay. All right. So let me take these off, and then go to Alicia's question. Why you put the picture there? Why you do that? Okay. So Alicia said, do you purposely rewrite the phrases? Yes. This is not for any other reason than Virgo. I want it to fit in I want it to fit pretty in the frame. If it conveys the same message and I can make it fit pretty in the frame, then I'll rewrite it. But it's not a tactic, if you will. If it fits normally, it stays normally. So I'll go back in and I'll show you what I mean by this. Let's go to last week or last episode and then back out of this. Oh man, I got so many of these that I have to re-click it from up here. Hold on. Let me go to 9. Okay, so this one was, but what is real? See, that's normal.
Put down your answer. What does authenticity mean to you?
That one is normal. They fit. They were pretty, so I didn't mess with them. But if it didn't fit, or it was going to be, one of those ones where I like said, like in a longer way, that wasn't cute.
Yes, that all the time. Like in our grocery stores, I see people who I've seen on TV all the time.
That didn't really say anything, but she was talking about setting boundaries, so then I put that in there because it's just a key point. So, good question. Absolutely good question. All right. So where am I? Like getting into it, what would be one of the resilient moments for you?
Older, right? Resilience, grit, the ability to be like, what's actually a problem and what's not a problem. That's the one that the most recent big one I could probably think of is that.
That's
the ability to.
Okay, so knowing where we are, I can take this key point 1, drop it right there, double click it. See what I mean? That's too much. There you go. That's a good example. That's a good example, AT, for what you just said, because it wasn't going to fit.
Oh, the grit, the ability to be like, what's actually a problem and what's not a problem. That's the one that the most recent big one I could probably think of is that.
That's deep. That's really good, right? Because all right, it's funny, when we were in the pre-show, I thought I waited, said bye to my high school sweetheart at the time, talk about, and then when I break up, I thought it was the end of the world. And they bring that person that they met when they was 12. I got to see that when I was like 19, 20. Chris was forever game, but you forgot about it.
Yes. And I got into the thought of saying, or the habit of saying, like, it's not the end of the world unless it's the end of the world. And even when it was the end of the world.
Okay, here's a good one. I want to mark this. I hate this. This drives me crazy because I really want this piece right here. Copy. Put the mouse back in position and then embiggen it again, because otherwise you got to refind it, or you got to remember to look up here and tell that you're at 1644.
And I got into the thought of saying, or the habit of saying, like, it's not the.
What? Man, what are you doing? Sometimes this thing drives me crazy. This one ain't gonna fit. I'm gonna leave it though. That one's impactful, so I'm gonna leave it big.
The habit of saying like it's not the end of the world unless it's the end of the world, and even the habit of it's the end of the world. And even when it was the end of the world, it wasn't really the end of the world.
Yeah. I'm gonna come back reincarnated as
Good
a
to see you.
ribeye steak.
With no A1 sauce.
No A1
No
sauce, just
sauce.
salt and pepper. Just salt and pepper.
Just salt.
I'm laughing because this won't be the first time I've referenced a steak in my thing, so I'm looking for a clip. I know I have one, and this is why you should name your clips and don't be a weirdo like me. I can go like this. No, I don't want that. Yeah, there we go. Because I just saw it seconds ago while we were in here, so I know it's in this library somewhere. I'm gonna clean this library out. While we were doing some stuff, I saw that clip and I was like, why is that clip in here? But now I'm thinking about it. I could use that right now. If I don't find it, it won't be that big a deal. There it is.
With no A1 sauce.
No A1
No
sauce,
sauce.
just salt and pepper. Just salt and pepper.
Just salt.
So, come back. Yeah, I'm gonna come back reincarnated.
Other ways. It's okay. I have.
Yeah, I'm gonna come back reincarnated as a ribeye steak. He's stupid. He's stupid. I'm gonna come back reincarnated as a. Okay, watch. I'm gonna click this, hold down the T key, and then I can scrub this to I find a portion that I want to use. And I kind of like this portion. Nope. I want a portion where he's actually messing with the steak. There you go. That's about right. There. Reincarnated as a ribeye steak.
with no A1 sauce.
No.
And then, so it's not so harsh. So it's not so he's stupid as hell, bro. I'm going to just tuck that in a little bit so that it fades a little bit. And I'm going to leave the volume loud because the point is it's shocking.
Ribeye steak.
Yeah, that's good. He real dumb. Y'all got to excuse me for just being me.
As a ribeye steak.
With no A1 sauce.
No A1 sauce,
No
just salt and pepper. Just salt and pepper.
Just salt and pepper. With resilience as in the reference to creators, right?
Yes.
I remember a time when I would do a recording or a live stream and then something doesn't work. Like I was just thinking about an early video I remember filming when I was learning how to film by myself. I couldn't get it to focus on me because I didn't have a camera with autofocus. I had to run to me somewhere bawling because I'm like, I can't figure it out. Because of experience, because of going through this. Now when something goes out, I'm like, it's okay. I have like 6 other ways I can make this happen. It's not a big deal, right? Like,
Yeah.
there could be days where it's like something happens, it's like, it's fine. And then even then it's like
Building something, right? And you go to put the screw in and say you overdo it and now the screw is, and they would do something and they would fix it and they make the screw tight again. Now the internet snitches and make the whole piece stay together. But back in the day, that was something that, now the internet is always giving up these tips. But I find it funny, to see these sorts of things. Or like, if you're smart, you got a little pork mixed in your ground beef. If you sometimes that all the Earl come up and grandma, I was gonna eat that with peanut butter. No, boy, give it here. So I gotta give her the piece, and she put it on the top and then soak up all the oil. And then she put it on the plate, and when she's not looking, I was stealing and eat it because that joint good. But that's why I'm the fat. That's why I'm the fat one.
Yeah, Mark. The reason for that is because I have already blessed these using Phonic, right? So when you record, I record at a level that just works for streaming. But when you're going to publish it, YouTube and many of these other platforms, they're going to process it and they're going to make it bigger. So what I do is I actually pre-do all of that stuff with Phonic. So on the edit, these have already been blessed. These are final masters. And then I edit it. Instead of doing what I used to do was edit it first and then take that output file, go create the edit master and do it again. So yeah, the edits in this particular case sound better than the normal recording, and that's on purpose. But yeah, Phonic, by the way, which I showed everybody how to use a minute ago, this is the #1 secret squirrel stunner when it comes to editing, and people don't be knowing about it. This thing is legit. It basically does all your leveling for all your voices. So if you have people who talk soft versus people who talk loud, like if you look at this track, this middle track here, which is way lower, that's actually Mary Lou. And then the louder one on the top is me. But you look at the top, where you multiple colors, it's even. And that's because this has gone by and made us more even because her voice just isn't as full as mine. If it was, then she'd be different. Yeah, but good eye, good ear, I guess. Really, not good eye. Let me put that back. All right, let's see where we're at. But we wouldn't. And also notice, Mark, I have this. This is 0. This is 1, 2. I'm coming in at between -2 and -3 in this little chart over here. And that's where you want most of your stuff to go. When you record, you want to be between -9 and 12. But when you distribute, you want to be about -2, -3. The reason why you want to record at 9 and 12 is because then you have some headroom to lift up voices or bring it down. If you record all the way pegged out at 0, like this is, well, not really 0, but up at the higher, in this case, the higher number, but it's actually a small number. And math, you know what it is. If I recorded these at -3, I don't have any room to make any adjustments. And this is one of the key rookie mistakes that people make when they record. So you're bringing up a very valuable conversation. I'm going to try to show you with Ecamm. This will make a little bit of sense. Okay, so here I am doing my recording, and I'm barely touching this, but I have this little ball like lower than where it's actually going. And the reason for that is I don't want to get it all the way into the red. So if I come over here and it's pegging red all the time, then if I need to go louder, I can't. It will be heavily distorted. So what you want to do is actually, this is probably too loud, but because you're listening to this, me doing the edit, it has to be a little louder. So this is what's known as headroom. When you hear us nerds talking about headroom, this is what we're talking about. Go back. And so if you record it at a level where it's so high, and then you're like, man, Hershey was mumbling, so I need to add like 10 dB of gain. I won't have 10 dB of gain because I only had a 3 dB headroom. So this is why you want to record at -12 to -9. And that's a good space where your thing kind of cues in there, is that gives you almost a full 10 dBs that you can add to the gain without ruining your tracks. 32-bit flow helps a little bit, but 32-bit float is actually not good for editing video, just due to the nature that it's video is 24-bit. And so you have to do a big, never mind, that's nerdy. Let me leave that alone. But yeah, Mark, that was, again, good point, because you give an opportunity to show why people always screw up their edits when they come in like way too hard, and it never works out. And then Hirsch, no, that's industry standard, bro. All the way back from when we barely had computers and we were doing all of this on tape with the 2 big reel-to-reels. You always had to give yourself headroom. If you guys remember, and some of y'all are old enough, do you remember Max back headroom? That's where the term came from. It came from Max headroom. That's exactly where it came from. Anyway, that's nerdy. Let me go back to doing this. Freaking good question, Mark. I appreciate that. Known that. So the first time I tried to make spaghetti, and then me and my college roommates, we all hanging out, and they're like, oh man, the thing is going to be greasy. And they were like, man, that's brilliant. So every one of you have shown off one of your things that you learned from one of your elders to somebody else. And they're like, oh, that's the greatest thing. And I feel like the one thing you miss by not spending time hanging out with tips and tricks, that things that nobody else would know about. You know what I'm saying? And now, and a lot of these young kids, they don't know this stuff because they're just passing tips around, but not necessarily know why the tip works that way. And I'm sure anybody that cooks has lots of those little that you can use in your everyday experience, to help you build that audience.
And with community as creators, right? That's why having our community is so important, because there's things that now with Doc, because like he knows about things that I don't know about and I can ask. That's like a lot of us do that. We're just like, Doc, what is this? Like, I feel like all the time he's like on speed dial, like, what is this? What does this mean? What is this saying? Right. But then I also have friends that come to me for these like different kind of things that I have to send text to my because I don't understand that language.
What is it?
What is this? What is this? So as a community, then you can also trade services, which is where you talk fabulous new logos that we got from Marshall and the Pod Pack. If you guys hung out with us episodes ago on the live stream on Doc's,
so this is going to be
fabulous new logo.
Mary Lou is super dope at inserting the sponsors in a way that doesn't feel so crazy. So what I want to do is, again, I think I did this asset in the last episode. So what I want to do is pull up the last episode and steal that same graphic so I don't have to recreate it. But again, this is where it does help you if you edit in a program like Final Cut, where you can keep your old episodes, because you can just come over here real quick. And then I can do one of these, and I can look for that, where that is. Stay nerding out. All right, Hirsch. I appreciate you, bro. You know I always be doing
Then
that.
still also place a boundary.
I can't help myself.
Normally don't have one.
Right.
Okay.
Okay, let's do this.
It's a game changer.
So we did scenery last time. I don't know if we did pod pack last time. All right, so let me go back another sode. I mean, in this, if don't spend too much time looking for your old assets though, because you can totally put yourself in a position where you spend so much time looking for your old assets that you end up spending more time than if you just did it. You know what I mean? So I don't want to do that. I'm just going to give a quick look, and about now I'll just go back and make it myself.
Charity or buy $365.
All right. Oh, I got it. Yes, Hershey. Auphonic, AUPHONIC, is a web-based application. So you can't see this, I guess. This is Chrome. Yeah, I'm just using it in the Chrome browser. I absolutely love this thing, bro. I've been using this for going on 20 years. Like, Auphonic is amazing. It is a secret scroll thing that pretty much back in the day only podcast editors knew, but now more and more people are podcasting. This works. Adobe also makes this thing. Podcast.adobe.com. They have a similar tool. It's just not as beefed out. But that's this enhanced speech situation. And then if you really want a cheap, free editing place to edit podcasts, you can do Studio on the podcast.adobe.com. I just find Auphonics a little bit, I don't know, more control. I like the baseline control of it. But yeah, Auphonic is amazing, bro. It's absolutely amazing. So it doesn't really matter Mac or PC. If I can't do it, but you could probably do it on the tablet. But I definitely can do it. Let me go back. I'll just make this real quick. So I want to put
Logos that we got from Marshall and the Pod Pack. If you guys hung out with us.
All right, so let me go and grab Pod Pack. So again, on this drives me nuts. I wish I could mark this and come back to it. It's not as super easy. You can put a marker there, but like jumping to the next marker isn't as easy as you would think. So what I normally do is sort of remember that I come back here and I get one of these small ones like this, I copy it, and I put it right where the marker is, and then I paste it, and then I go back to my large and big in size, and then normally for our brand, we normally do the in lowercase, so you know it's a sponsor, right? Use code. There you go. What's up, Obs? Bingo, bango. What it do, homie? All right, so let me leave that.
Could see what we actually built to inspire the graphics that Marshall came up with. So if you guys are starting a podcast, if you're starting a channel and you need graphics, like Pod Pack is it. It's the way to go.
Everything.
I wouldn't have known about Marshall if it weren't for our community.
Yo.
Like I would have not met him, because you think of like our world is so global, right? People are everywhere. People we can ask things. And as a creator, it feels like you're alone. And I
Correct.
know this because you are physically, from experience, the more you talk to the camera, the more you realize you are actually talking to real people on the other side.
$500 off. And
There you go.
a Pod Pack, use the code since we hit those sponsor areas. If you
So let me go grab this. X. Come back over here. Paste.
hit those sponsor areas, if you are going to check out Pod Pack, use the code UNSTUCK and you'll get $500 off. And trust me, it's beautiful. So you might notice as these episodes get published, the branding is going to change a little bit. And that's because we got our stuff back from Pod Pack. So
as a matter of fact, yo, what's up, man? Good to see you, homie. Let me go in real quick and grab another graphic from Pod Pack, because Yo, they did. He did such a good job. Actually, they're a team, but Marshall kind of ran it for us. They did such a good job on our branding. I can kind of show you our pod pack setup that we got. This is all from pod pack. So we have all the various assets that we need in order to build whatever. And so this is what these are little stickers that you can add to, your conversations. Super dope stuff. I actually made this myself, but they turned it into this little sticker graphic. But this is a logo that I created. And it was funny, when I saw the Creators Unstuck logo, I was like, bro, I created a logo just like that like 5 years ago. And so it's really trippy that just from the interview, he understood my steez so much so that he was able to create the logo with just a conversation about the type of stuff that I like. Like, how crazy is that? Like, the logo that they made for us is not dissimilar from a logo that I created for myself eons ago, which was crazy. So let me throw this in. And I said, I'm going to put it here. Bingo. I'm switching it up. The branding's going to change a little bit, and that's because we got our stuff back from Podpack. So I'm switching it up. You might notice as these episodes get published, the branding's going to change a little bit, and that's because we got our stuff back from Podpack. I'm going to put this here. Now, this is I'm going to hip you guys to something that's really cool. I'm going to show you the hard way, and then I'll show you the easy way. So what I could do is place this about, all right, so here's the beginning of the clip, right? And let's say I go, the beginning clip, I go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, right? And then inside here, I would put a position keyframe. Boom. Then I would jump to the end. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. And then here, I would put a position keyframe. Okay? And then I would jump to the beginning and take the X and move it all the way off the page. And then jump to the end and take the X and move it all the way off the page. So then what you're going to get is this. Back from Podpack. So I'm switching it up. That's why it looks a little different today for those of us in the live audience. Also, that's the hard way. That is absolutely the hard way. So let me show you the easy way. As a matter of fact, I'm going to just delete this whole asset and I'll just drop it back in. We got our stuff back from Podpack. So I'm going to switch. We got our stuff back. Okay, so now I'm going to show you the easy way. I'm going to click over here, and there is a thing called Premium VFX Animations. That's these. And you can get a whole bunch of them. But what I'm going to do is take this piece right here and put it on the front, hit Control D, and I'm going to put it for 15 frames because that's what we had the first time. It's not snapping, so I'm going to hit N on my keyboard so it snaps. Then I'm going to take the out, put it right here, and then hit Control D and set it for 15 again. Okay, and now what you got to do is grab these, hit Option G to make it a clip. And then now, stuff back from Podpack. So I'm switching it up. That's why it looks a little different today for those of us in the live audience. That was weird. Today for those of us in the live. That was weird. What was that flex? Oh, I see. This wasn't all the way at the end. There you go. You got to make sure it's all the way at the end. A little different today for those of us in the live audience. There you go. So yeah, this is a gallery. It's called Premium VFX, and all you do is drop it on and then make it a compound clip. If the clip is on the timeline, you don't have to make it a compound clip, but it literally makes it a heck of a lot easier. So I find this is a much faster way to do those things than the way I would have done it by doing keyframes. Free scenery is as a matter of fact, it might be free. I think this one might be free. Some of these premium VFX automatic stuffs are free. Some of them you got to pay for. There's also another one by Motion VFX that does the same thing. It's just like sort of the automated moves.
The tool that, oh my God. Okay, listen, I am a certified Final Cut Pro instructor, but I love me some scenery. About it is it's not Final Cut. Is it an absolute comparison?
This is horrible because scenery is
X3,
done at this point. So we're gonna skip this.
First. So when the AI kind of goofs up a little bit and it doesn't get that point, and he's like,
Something that comes up, and I know this is never an issue for you, that
yes,
you're like too old for a piece of tech because you are tech. Like Doc is tech, right? He might actually be a robot. I feel like that sometimes too, where people are like, oh, she's just is a gadget, right? There's like, but other people don't necessarily feel like that, right? They will get something and they're like, well, I don't know how this works, so it's not for me, right? But tech savvy is ageless. It
True
truly
story.
is.
Okay, so I want to grab that point. Go back to the top and I'll show you this again. Actually, I messed this up because I made my job harder. I need to clean this mess out. I might get rid of the ones from the old episodes because then it does make finding these things a little bit harder. But I have the clip that I just made for this particular cut. Here, let me do it this way. You can say reveal in browser, boom, and scroll to the end of this, and they should be there. There it is. Okay, so I have my key point. So I'm going to grab this key point. I'm going to put it here. But again, I want to make sure that it's referencing the new parent, so that way it doesn't mess up my other one. And then now I can type in my little key point info. Okay, then I can back this out. And again, you don't have to go in and put all these key points in. I just think it's boom, you know? It's crazy. It's crazy. And Mark, fam, look, bro, I was with them from day one. They're my friends, like the whole 9 yards. CEO's my homie. He can't tell me. He says we're going to find out mid-November. I have I have so many guesses. So many guesses. Some of them good guesses, some of them bad guesses. I am praying for like maybe Descript because the editor in Descript is I am praying for Opus Clips because again, Opus Clips is tight. The editor, better, not that good. Even Adobe, like as a small fight to premiere a web-based editor, I pray for that. Naturally, I work at Ecamm, so I don't want to see them at StreamYard or Riverside or something, especially because we are already partnered with them. And then when they called and told us, I was like, bruh, I was just starting to fall in love with it. I'm a hardcore Final Cut person, as you can tell. And I just like that constraint of working in scenery because it kept me from tweaking. You guys just watched me tweak for too long over just where to put this piece of steak. Where scenery wouldn't let me do that. So, yeah, man, scenery was the bomb. It was so much the bomb, and then I really don't know. So right now, I think CapCut, but I'm just going to ride it out until the 15th and see what they come up with. Hold that thought. Let's assume that holidays being holidays, they might be a little bit late. So they said mid-November, but then you know how Thanksgiving and December sneak up on you real quick? It'll probably be December. But I'm going to pray. Man, scenery was good. It really was good. I can understand somebody coming in and trying to buy them and maybe, you know, they were just at this happens in startup game all the time. They were at the point where in order to get as big as they want to get, they needed to start searching for investors. And then somebody comes in and is like, yo, we want to invest in the program, but we want to just buy the entire tech. So that's known as an acqui-hire, where they just grab everybody. So yeah, I'm like, bruh, I'm going. Luis, still, I'm even with AI FCP coming up really, really close. It was something about that browser, bro. It was just quick. It was fast, and it kept me from being me. You know me. You see what happens when there's a joint in the head and the editing session go down. Like, it could be hours. We'd be sitting at the table trying to be like, should we order a pizza? So yeah, I'm super sick. I can't wait to see what they come up with. Oh, Luis, I got news for you, bruh. You wanna know what I did? I'm gonna tell you what I did. Hold on. I want to spoil the whole thing completely, but I'm gonna show you what I did. And I bet you probably thought when you saw this, your first thought was that fool Doc is gonna be all up in here. You know I did it. You know I did it. So that also November 14th, in theory. We'll see what happens. But yo, that was the other one, Luis. I was like, bruh, if it's Apple, that would be fantastic. The only reason why I don't think it's Apple is because I got homies on the inside and I ain't catching no leaks yet. Normally, I would know. So that's a good one. That one I'm praying for. Honestly, the only one I don't want to see is Yardbird or Riverside. Other than that, I think everything would be good. The one thing that does worry me, though, is Liza is my homie, and I hope she comes out on top. That's the only thing that worries me. Is I don't want to see Liza, not be there because they got sucked in by somebody else. That would hurt because Liza's the bomb. She's literally one of the coolest people I ever worked with. Yeah, Apple. I was just about to say that, John. I forgot about that, to mention that. I posted that in our moderator chat. Apple just snatched up Pixelmator. Anyways, let's go back to editing. Mark, stop messing with me, damn it. Man, Mark had good questions today, but let's go. All right, so put this in here.
Right, but tech savvy is ageless.
True, because of experience. But you know what? Everything comes with a manual. Jeremy, I don't know why I'm giving Jeremy. Oh, dudes. John was there today. I did something crazy, and it turned out kind of cool. But Luis, you know how I'm always harping on people to sort of read the manual. I'm going to show this tomorrow in the live stream, but I'm going to show you something really, really, really cool. Matthew's coming out here with the with the leaks. Luis, I went to Notebook LM and I took a manual for a product and I threw the manual in there, then throw the quick start guide in there, and then I said, give me the quick how to set this up, use it, and any pro tips I might want to remember in order to most effectively use this product. So instead of having to read like the whole crazy, like, what'd you get, the A7C2 manual? Go to the Sony site, download the PDF for the A7C2 manual, put it in Notebook LM or ChatGPT. Notebook LM is a little better in this case. And then have it teach you the inner settings that you normally miss because you didn't want to sit there and read the whole manual. I kind of showed it to John and them today in the tech chat, and they were like, oh my God. Yo, it's brilliant. Anyway, back to editing. That's a new one for y'all. Any credit for anything, but you got, we got a whole heap of opening up a camera one day. Luis, did you see the Auphonic part, how I did this multi-track? If you didn't, I should show it to you because it's going to save you time. And I'm going to be doing some stuff, and I'm going to get to a portion. I know a lot about photography. I know very little about infrared photography. Look up Young Buck. Let me explain you something. I've been doing infrared.
recently passed away, but he would have been above the bell curve in the film and audio. And I often chuckle at what the younger ones are stuck. Our experience is the fact that they're put the needle on the record till the drum beat goes like this. Yo, I know everything there is to know about needles and cartridges and records and turntables. So, kind of funny. It's kind of funny. And mark my words, as podcasting grows, there will be a callback to the tube microphone. People are going to want that sound that's a little bit different from now. Is somebody going to start remaking tube microphones again? And then the young bucks are going to be lost in you know what I mean? They're going to require us. So yeah, thank you for bringing it up. I appreciate that.
Yeah. So how would you get somebody to reframe this if they're like, I can't touch this because I'm too old to understand YouTube, right? What's the reframe that we can give them?
Nobody understands YouTube but YouTube.
That's right.
It is forever. We are in a forever changing landscape. You know what I love? Those shows that you could jump in and you don't necessarily have. So let's pick on the most successful show in 29. You can jump in season number 29, episode 6, and you're good. What was it, 82 or whatever, with probably 55th or 56th season of the NFL. Actually, I know exactly the number because they end up. I'm like, honey, I know this. He's in the cover too. And then they look at you like, what? Yeah, he's in the cover too. And so what's going to happen is that linebacker, if they try that RPO, that linebacker is going to take the quarterback out. And then the other person watching, when you're like, where did you hear this from? Ravens Talk with Yolanda. Yo, I forgot I said that. Hey, Yolanda. Wait, I need to I need to go. In order to make this good, I need to go get the barrel from her, because it'll be more funny. Let's do this. Boom. We're going to snatch a screenshot of the page. We're going to close this. And then we're going to hit Control 1 to get it to fit perfectly. And then I don't want any other tabs. I want this to be by itself. Then Control 1 real quick. And then screen shoot. Boom. Drag this to the desktop. Bingo. Alrighty. Come back. And then we're going to be like, you hear this from Ravens Talk with Yolanda? Thought you. We're going to see if she's paying attention to the podcast and she sees this or not. And then wait, I'm going to make it more silly. Hold on, because it's not fun unless it's silly. Hold up. Oh, I moved it already. Where did I move it to? You hear this from Ravens Talk with Yolanda? Thought you knew. All right, here we go. I need my favorite plug-in situation here. I got way too much plugins. It's called Jump Cuts, and I want to grab a super speed, put it right there. Grab another super speed,
put it right there.
When you're like, where did you hear this from? Ravens Talk with Yolanda. Thought you knew. You know what I'm saying? So, like, you're evolving and ever changing. So you don't have to worry about what you don't know as a baseline. You could get in where you fit in, son.
Yes, good. And then, so speaking of getting in where you fit in, there are different approaches between the younger creators and the older creators. But before we get into that, I want to know about your pick of the week.
Jesus, she got me. She got me. Okay, so what I want to do is do here, POW. No, wrong side. Wrong side, wrong side. Bingo. Come here. POW. No, wrong one.
The week. Pick of the week. Pick of the week. Pick of the week. See, Diana, this is a low budget show, and we.
No, I have since got graphics from PodPack, so I can fix this background now. I don't need this junk background anymore. So I'm gonna just drop it on there, replace from the start, boom, and then go back.
Your pick of the week. Pick of the week. Pick of the week. Pick of the week. See, Diana, this is a low budget show, and we can't afford bumpers, so I just make them with my mouth. Make the music with your mouthpiece. Okay, so you guys have heard that Rode came out with the brand new Rodecaster video. But what they also came out with, and they sent me these, look.
So again, I put that there, go to clip, and then say reference the new clip so it doesn't mess up my other edits in case I need those pieces out of there. And then I just double click this, and then our option O, shift option O, D, boom, he out of there. He out of there. Look, these elegant, lovely, color-coded HDMIs. Like, you can get watching you drop these tweaks. Wait, let me see. Hershey's comment came in right after it and messed up my whole head. Let me do it again. Sorry, Mark. Sorry. Watching you dropping these tweaks to the one take show does reward really justify the time. You know, it's a combination of both. In a way, they are, for someone who's brand new and first time they're going to watch it, like this is your calling card, right? It doesn't really take me this long if I'm not talking to y'all. I can do this much quicker. It's probably half the time than whatever. But this also, going back to what I was saying, one of the things about doing it in scenery is it kept me from doing this because this is what I do. I've been an editor since cutting the tape with a razor blade and taping it back together. So, like, yeah, in a way, I don't know. We'll find out. This is only episode 10. It doesn't take me that long. On average, I can edit an hour-long podcast in just about an hour. But again, in this particular case, I'm talking to y'all and goofing off and stopping to whatever. So, yeah, it's good. It's a good question, Mark. To me, as long as the audience likes it, yes. The other thing that's great, though, for me, Yolanda is a member of my community. And so having the ability to sort of pay homage to the people that I've taught and it's just a little shout out, man. It's a little something that will probably make her day when she sees it. You know what I mean? So like, even if I don't want her to watch a whole episode because she's a lawyer and she's busy, I can just clip that one little section and send it to her, and it will absolutely make her day. You know, so yeah, I guess in that particular case, that's the ROI. And Hershey says, A7C, A7R definitely dope. Those two models have that built-in screen reader from Sony. Dude, I didn't know that. Yo, Hey, did you know that, Mr. Camera Junkie? Because if not, that's something that you should show on your show. I didn't know that, Hirsch. Thank you. Dude, that's now I'm gonna have to look at that. I have let me see. This is the E1, the ZVE1. I wonder if it's in here. Would you find that in the wrench menu? That's crazy because I didn't know that. Go down here to the wrench menu. Oh, shut up. It's in there. What?
Menu screen. Setup. Accessibility. Screen reader. Speed. Standard. Button. Volume. 7. Button. Delete button in camera guide. Menu button back.
Oh, the speaker's right here.
Speed. Screen reader. On. Button. Screen reader. Off.
Yo, listen, Hirsch, let me explain something to you, bro. As a person, oh, you did see that. Okay, so it's in there. I do a lot, Hershey. I like to do astro. I like to go out in the dark. And what you don't want to do is be looking at that bright screen in the dark because it messes with your eyes, which then makes it harder to focus on what you're doing. So you want to stay as dark as possible. You want to respect the darkness, as we call it. So I could use, when I know I'm going to do astro, I could use that screen reader function. Didn't even know that was a thing. And then turn the brightness on the monitor all the way down. So you just taught me something, fam. You just taught me something. So who knew? And Yolanda, I'm glad you're here because that means that you saw my stupid clip. I think it's funny. Hey, I just got to do it again because it's funny. It's too good. Wait, oh, you didn't see that? Hold on, I gotta put that back. Look, just because I like it, I'm gonna do it again because I'm crazy like that, and it's really awesome. Here, PO, that linebacker is gonna take the quarterback out, and then the other person watching, when you're like, "Where did you hear this from?" Ravens Talk with Yolanda. Thought you knew. Oh my God, it's too good. It's too good. It's absolutely too good. Hey, Peanut, make some Kool-Aid. What you want, red or grape? Hey, man, you want some Dick Gregory? So, yes, check out those Rode HDMI cables. I think they're amazing. And what's good is they are, anybody can make just really cheap, colorful HDMI cables, but these are designed to have the ability to, I know everybody thinks they're all some good cables once. Cheap cables will ruin basics. But nah, fam,
I've got my pink Rode HDMI cable.
Oh, that's an XLR.
Or not HDMI, XL to connect. It just makes me so happy.
Build quality cables. They build quality cables. They make it so that they don't have to answer those.
XLR, that's one.
I can always tell in the edit whenever I see this little da-da-da-da-da, that's Mary Lou laughing at me. So it helps me sort of find out where cuts are. What's your pick of the week, Lou?
My pick of the week is a channel that...
Okay, let me just leave that there. Yo, Ali, what is up, bro? Good to see you. All right, so let me drag this again. So you don't screw this up. Make sure you come up and you clip on reference a new parent, okay? Because if you don't, you're going to hate yourself later. You know, just X this and find where I put the clip and put it here.
I often reference a lot when I'm trying to figure out technology, if I'm trying to figure out what I need to do to connect something to somewhere. And often when people ask me, they're like, hey, how do I use this camera? I'm like, listen, I'm going to send you a link to Diana Gladdy's channel.
Actually, I might want to put on the same thing I did for the visual, man. Oh my God, I want to see yours like that. Let me do this. Caps youtube.com/DIANAGLADNEY. Bingo. All right, so back it up.
Gladney's channel. I swear I do this all the time. And she's here in the chat. And like, I regret this from Creator Camp last year that I didn't get to pull her aside. And
that you're two people that can. Sorry, Diana. She's dying over here. Because I've been in this video game for a hot minute, but what got me into the live streaming game is I was
pick of the week, Diana Gladney.
There you go. Yeah, I can tell you. I'm the only person in there. I'm watching Stain, and I'm watching all these people talk about YouTube was starting to pump live streams, and it was Restream or StreamYard. But today I'm gonna show y'all Ecamm. Check this out. You know what I mean, and so my cousin Andrea.
Oh, dude, you're in Bali. I am in Honolulu, so we're in a similar area. But the funny thing is, dude, this time zone joint be killing me. It's because, like, you know what I mean? It's only, 2 p.m. for me right now. All right, bro. You have a good one. Good to see you. Thank you. I love Bali. It's super, super dope. Appreciate that. Dude, Bali has, like, some of the most ridiculous waves in the planet. Very pretty. It means the world to me. And I seen Diana, and she's the one who, when I heard her voice, and she.
Oh my gosh, you remember when we all didn't know each other?
Isn't that crazy?
Now we're a big old family.
Yo, it's crazy. Yeah, I jumped on the stream, and we was talking about cereal. Diana was talking about cereal. And long shot. By nature of I'm older than her by a long shot. I'm 20-year-old dude who's going to watch my thing. And I have way more AV. And I was like, she made me realize she didn't know I was going to come in. And
there's a place for someone with a depth of knowledge like you, right? The version of you, if you were 19, but when you did cross her path, your eyes opened video of what they saw other people make the video about.
Wow.
Yeah, it's like you get quality, authenticity. You're building a library, and that's why I think like all of us at all ages need to be creating content, no matter what you're talking about. Do we get time to spend time with other people and learn from them? This is a lot of people's connection to knowledge, to experience, to elders, to youngers, to people of different like fandoms. Like, I really think everyone.
In a way, that depth, that experience, the things that you bring. When Paul popped up into the stream first time, you know, he was coming to get it in the culinary sense. Paul knew how to make mise en place. Everything has it. And other folks started being like, hey, man, he's really good at that stuff. Every time he mentioned, I think dude's an octopus. He got like extra arms and stuff. Streams. And all of the crazy ideas that Caleb, Katie, myself, we're not even close to where he came from. You see what I'm saying? So it's funny because don't know what else they fixing to do. And then they say, hey, we're going to have a heavy hurricane season this week. That dude is running around butcher singing all SGI machines. I probably called in one day to Paul was like, this is Silicon Graphics. Yo, Hirsch, man, you tell you what, you taught me something that I didn't know. Because, like, yo, that's incredible. Like, that's really incredible. And to Luis's point, if you haven't checked this out yet, there is that, oh my God, what it is? The monitor and control app for Sony. That is pretty rad too. So if you haven't looked at that, definitely check that out because it lets you use a mobile device as a way to get these things done. Ooh, Kuala Lumpur. That's a place I want to go. Graphics, how might I help you? Hey man, how come this memory costs $2,800? He probably never thought that experience, right? But that experience was able to help someone. Experience.
All right, Doc, you ready for some rapid fire?
Uh-oh.
Some rapid fire questions? You're not ready? Okay.
Hold on, wait.
They're going to come as...
Wait.
I need a graphic for the rapid fire section because Lou be trying to kill me with these things.
Wait. I got an idea. provided she's cool with it. You want to jump in on the rapid fire, D? Oh yeah, y'all don't even know what y'all fitting to get. Y'all don't even know what y'all. Yeah. Joe's big ass barbecue and foot massage. Okay, wait. You got to unmute yourself real quick. I'm not even going to edit this out. I'm going to leave it. And Dinah's laughing because she knows with Joe's big ass barbecue and foot massage. Okay, do your mic check real quick.
All right, y'all. What's up, Miss D in the building?
All right, let's go. Let's go, Lou. I'm ready for rapid fire with my sister.
You don't understand.
All
this
right,
tickles
rapid
me
fire questions.
because
You guys are going to
love Miss D.
unstuck me, okay?
All right.
I'm too old to start creating content.
No, you're not. No, you're not.
She tricked me with that one because I was like, no, you're not.
How do you want me to answer that? Just that statement, okay, in your brain. Somewhere, somebody, even your friends, family, as well-meaning as they may mean to be, you say, I'm too old, and they probably like, yeah, probably, or I don't know. And it's just like everybody just kind of coddles that. But when I say no, you're not, you have to defend that answer, or you have to either choose to let it go, which at that point, both are in your hand. So if you think that you're too old to create, number one, my answer would be no, you're not. And at what age did you really think? Because you only get to live on any given year. So you only get to, you're saying that you're too old. And I say, no, you're not.
Good about this. Everything, write this down.
Again, don't forget to reference the new clip so you don't mess it up.
Everything is learnable.
Fix this. Man, you fat fingers. Bingo. Out of here.
Everything is out of those excuses. Hot sauce.
One thing I'll always say is it's never.
Sorry.
I know what I can talk about. But like the internet's is for the kids. They don't care what I'm doing. They don't care about what I got to say. Why should I show up on the internets?
Do you want to? We need you. Okay? The world needs the knowledge and experience, and you keep it to yourself, and you don't share that with the world, you are being selfish.
Bingo.
Yes. So you're going to choose that I belong here. There's a need for me.
The whole time, laughing and clowning, talking smack, everything. Be like, oh, we better put a chain guard so you don't get caught in the chain. And but they would fix my bike. And they also would be there for when I fell and busted my
Facts. And then don't be afraid of, number one, not worrying about if your family or your current friends support you, because the current vision that you have.
people are there. You know what I mean? Like we can get 20,000 folks deep into the Marvel Cinematic Universe or all of the Star Wars stuff. You know what I'm saying? So we can be like talking about YouTube and business. We talking about, friends and supportive friends and that. And
Up with all the changes that happen on the internet. Diana Gladney, you're up.
oh, she was ready. she
Donna,
was like,
come to the quick.
she did it.
Okay, so here's my thing. Everybody has something for why they can't. And I mean, like, it could be a legit something. So for me, personal experience, I battle stage 4 endometriosis every single day.
Bro.
One of my most busiest times. Like,
sorry to hear that, Hirsch, man. Yeah, dude, that's rough. That's rough. I just Saturday last week had an opportunity to do my third annual memorial for my dad, and it's something that we do. It's a cultural thing. It's a Korean thing, and yeah, it still sticks with me, bro. So I feel you, and glad you can come through. That's something that you kind of would hope would like go away, but it doesn't. It never really does. It's something that sticks with you. But I look at it, how do I say this? I look at it like, all of this video stuff that I'm into, like all of this editing and all of the things, like this is legit an extension of my dad teaching me how to do all of this. So yeah, it's something in a way, me coming to teach y'all is carrying on what he taught me. So this was us last week. That's my pops up there, and then we do the ceremony every year. It's where you light your incense. We share like a beverage with him. We toast, tell stories, things like that. So yeah, it's something that we do every year. One of the one of the most unique parts of, I guess, Korean tradition. But yeah, it's good fun, and it's a reminder. It's a reminder to me to keep going, because like everything that I learned from him, I traded on to y'all. So thank you for sharing that, because I just know that you sharing that is a way, again, of extending what she taught you to us. So there's that.
And I met Doc when I was getting just like a bunch of traction online, and just happened when I was in the most incredible pain that I have felt. Compare yourself to somebody else, because one more reason that you should, all the more reason that you should, and that you
Off 6 months ago, ain't creator.
Facts. Great job. You guys did fabulous work. Those of you who are watching or listening, do make sure you follow Diana, and you need to get her book, The One
I'm looking
Right
for
Video.
it, but it's back there.
The One Right Video. You
No.
gotta get it, because obviously
Like
she
you one of
knows
those
what she's talking about.
well, I talk about in my book.
So she got it. I was trying to get it, but it's on the shelf back there, and I didn't want to disappear.
Very clear and very eloquent. It's like it's
Yeah, I should put the link for Dinah's book up there.
Like, you have no choice to do it.
Because obviously,
me with the extra twang. And you know what? Listening back, very eloquent. It's like it still comes out country. Even when I'm practicing my Japanese, Doc, it still comes out country. So I don't think you're gonna get past that.
and she is literally the content creator that got
And I decided helicopter with stuff. So
incredible blessing to be here today. And like I said, today's stream definitely gave me all the fish. But I will say this to everybody watch this live, or whether you watch it on the replay. The person that you don't know exists yet, even beyond your best imagination, is a way better person on the other side of you letting go that, like, you can't do something. Again, if you just be in the process of and just step over that
Right,
and let
Angelique?
that go. And even when it pops back up, when you're
okay, in Portland, there's a sandwich place that they probably should take you.
Mhm.
Perfect. Dang. Miss D, how can they find you?
I'm Mary Lou Mandel. You find me all over the internet at Mary Lou Mandel, the one and only. It's just me. And if you find another one, you have to let me know, because we'll have to do something about
We
that.
had to take that person out back and
7-2 out.
introduce it to D's hands. Creators, you have now been unstuck.
Unstuck.
You know, Dana, let me introduce you to the way we end this show. We always end this show by saying, see you. Get it? Creators unstuck. See you.
He's so proud of that.
I'm gonna cut it right there. All right, so thank you. What your name is? Luis. Why you stupid?
I am very proud of it. It gets me every time. Oh my God, this is
All right, so I can cut this out. Now, what I'm gonna do is go snatch my ending. I like to use the previous sods, like it just saves time. But I actually do have it where if I cut, you see I have this. I can just drop it. Oh, why it don't work? Oh, I know what I need to do. I need to put in a fake clip here. So option dubs. And then drop this on right there. Why are you not working? Oh, you're going to be like that. I'll just go like that. And then put the boom. There it is. what your name is. You know what it is. That's one of my favorites. Okay. And then I'm going to go grab the outro so I can break this up. Let me triple click that. Ooh, why are you not working? Why are you not working? There we go. Let's embiggen this. Go to the end. And then I'm going to grab these 3 pieces. I don't even need that. I just need the song. Let me grab the song. And then paste it in here. Put this right there. And see you. Get it, Creators Unstuck. See you.
He's so proud of that.
This is the moment we waited for.
Bro, listen. When you've been DJing as long as I have, you can cut it like perfectly. But me being a tweaker, I'm gonna take it to the very ending, and then I want the doo right there. Okay. Unstuck. See you.
He's so proud of that.
This is the moment we waited for. Everything you want is right here.
All right. So that's good. That's good. Now, I always, when I hit the doo, I always use the what's the word I'm looking for? I use my little special effects. Let me close this one. Don't need that. I like to use my special effects. So I'm going to grab these 3 because it just adds a little je ne sais quoi to it. So what I'm going to do is hit it there. 1, 2, paste. And let's embiggen this. I want it on the beat.
This is the
Where's my boo?
Proud of that.
this is
Wait. Mute this.
this
Here's the boo. It's right there. So I need these to be right there. There. And then I can take this and put this back. And then play it out. Just check it.
He's so proud of that.
this is the moment we waited for.
There you go. There you go. So now, here's a cool thing about the way I did this. So because I did the alphonic part first, the audio segment is already done. I don't have to mess with any of that, right? And because this is right here, I don't have to mess with any of that. I can scrub. I'm going to get Dada's book, which is right there. And then, let me teach you something cool, people. I'm going to go to Eloish's. Luis McGinnis came through, and he gave us the linky link. So, let me clicky, clicky, clicky. Boom. I am going to... Come here, come here. I'm going to go like this, and then edit the text, and then steal this link. Bingo. Save that. And then QR. I use this program called QR Factory. It's a Mac program. I already have it. What are you talking about? Restore the purchase. Every once in a while when you upgrade your software, it does weird things. But that's okay. You just restore the purchase. So all I need to do is pop in the URL. For that, it's going to give me a cute little QR code. If I wanted to add a center icon, I can, which means I could do something like, hold on, I'm going to grab a small one, a wee small one. We have, say what? And let me double click this. And then let's make a small one. We're going to make this, adjust the size. We're going to call it 512. Bingo, bango. And I'm going to pop this on the desktop for a second. come hither. We want to add a center icon. Put this. Bingo. Ha! There it is. Let's embiggen it just a wee bit. There you go. Code is verifiable. So now all we need to do is go to share. And then, actually, I don't even want to do that. I just want to copy this bad boy. And hopefully, sometimes it works. Sometimes it doesn't. It won't let me do it that way. Okay, so I will have to save it as an image. Some apps you can just copy and paste it. This one is not one of those. So I dragged it to the desktop real quick though. Come here, girl. Where you are. Wait, what did we just have down this book? Uh-oh. Let me back it down a bit. I went too fast. Where did I put the book? There it is. Okay, so we're going to embiggen this. And then we're going to put this here.
In my book. Well, I talk about in my book.
Scale. I'm going to put that there. And then I can grab Diana's book. All right, let's go to I want. This is the moment we're waiting for. What I do. I have so many of these, I never know which one I want. This one. I think this the one. No. I guess I can do it. I guess I can do that one. That one works. That one works. This also works. I like the one I had up here. I'm gonna drag this one. Pop it like it's hot. When the pimps hit the crib shop. Oh.
Book.
Alright, so we're gonna do that. We're not gonna do build in. We're not gonna split media. That's what we're not gonna do. Okay, and then we're gonna put Dinah's book on top. Come down.
My book.
So she got it. Okay, we don't want to build in and build out. I want to skip that because it's unnecessary. For the color, I'm going to use the Creators and Stick color. And then for the secondary color, use the Creators and Stuck color. And then the name of the book is The One Right Video. Let's do it. Bomba Cleats. The One Right Video. Okay. Okay. This is the moment we're waiting for. Let's see. We got it. Baby, we got it. I'm your Venus. I'm your fire, your desire. And then we're going to do this here too. And we're going to scale. And we're going to move. Y'all got to move. I kind of like it like that. Just like that. When I move, you move. Just like that. Hell yeah, yeah, DJ, play that back.
In my book.
So she got it.
All right. Boom, boom, boom. Da-doom, doom, doom. Da-doom, doom, doom. Da-doom, doom, doom. Here we go, y'all. Here we go, y'all. What the scenario? Right, there we go.
Book.
So she got it. I was trying to get it, but it's on the shelf back there, and I didn't want to disappear.
Okay, now we are ready. I can take all of this nonsense, and then I'm just show you what I do to export, because you know what it is. I'm gonna do share, and I want to say I like to do this my HEVC high efficiency video. I have it set for social platforms, and I'm gonna do 8-bit just for size wise, and then that, and it says 17 gigs. That's okay. I'm at 4K. That's expected. I'm gonna go ahead and hit click, click, boom. Consider the noise. So I'm gonna let that go. Creators Unstuck episode 10. Bingo. I'm also gonna come up here and do a share of export file. And then go to settings, change this one to audio only. And we want to do a WAV file. And I'm going to say yes. And that's the same thing. The reason why I'm doing that is what I'm going to throw to Auphonic in order to turn into the podcasts. You know what I'm saying? I don't need to keep this. Bingo. Beat it. Delete. Beat that. Delete. Come out of live demo mode. Put you guys back where I can see you. And then, yeah, that's it. So that's basically my whole how I edit these podcasts. I try to keep it relatively flavorful. Try to keep it with speed. Again, if I'm not talking to y'all goofing off and taking these little side jaunts, I can normally edit an hour-long podcast in just about an hour because I am speeding up and going through those situations and getting it done. So, anybody have any questions? I'm curious. What is this? What did I put there? I don't know. Let me move these things out the way. I don't need those. That is rendering. Let me stop that and let it do its thing. But yeah, if you guys got any questions, let them rip. If not, then you'll see me posting this in the next couple of days. I did drop the last episode. It ended up on the Creators Unstuck channel. And of course, we're recording tomorrow. So now I just have 2 episodes to edit, plus one I'm going to add tomorrow. It's crazy. It's crazy. It's crazy. Yo, this was super good. I can't believe I didn't know about this screen reader trick. Hirsch, that was incredible. I can use that big time. And yeah, Louise, so this and the ZVE10 are the last 2. You know, Javi, first of all, love the helmet shots. this is funny. I just saw what Apple dropped recently the other day. I didn't really dig into what's going to come up or what's going to happen because in the past, if you're thinking about these things, Apple always late, or they change something or they forget something and they do something and then everybody's mad at them. So I'm the weird person that doesn't worry about it until it lands. However, there is some cool stuff that will be with the captions. I currently use the captions app. I'll show you, which is works way better on the phone than it does on the Mac. But I use this app right here. It's called Captions. It's glorious. It absolutely works. It's very much like what you would see inside Opus or CapCut, but to me, it's the cleanest. So if you see it in my shorts on socials, I'm normally using the Captions app. I already paid for it for the next year, so there's that. I'm not a person that likes to cut out the natural conversation. I used to do the ums and I'll pull out. It just sounded weird to me. So that really won't help me much. But it's just going to be faster. And as long as it's faster, that's all I ever really care. Because, I have to edit a lot. I have to edit a metric crap ton of stuff. Probably going to create and edit a video for today. I want to do something called Nice to Know That or Nice to Have That November, in which I will show you either a piece of gear or tech that I have that's nice to have, or a solution, a tip, or something that's nice to know. So I'm going to post one of those every day for the month of November because it's a good way to build up that, what should I get for Christmas? You know what I mean? It's a way of doing the quintessential creator Christmas list without doing the same boring quintessential creator list. You know what I mean? So there's that. This would probably be one of the first things on my list. I have a plot note on the back of this guy, and then I have a brand Nubian in the box here. This has been one of my favorite little tools. I scored it on a Prime deal for like 115 bones or something, and then they sent me one after, which is cool. So yeah, if I had held on a couple of weeks, they would have sent me one anyway, but I had already bought one, so that's kind of cool. This thing has been clutch. The Prime deal was fantastic. This is why I jumped on it. But basically, it's a ChatGPT elevated voice recorder that allows you to have brainstorming sessions with yourself. It'll do mind maps out of what you talk about. You can record Zoom calls, record phone calls. So this is the phone call recording mode. This is the regular mode. But whenever you have a brain fart idea, you just press the record button on the back and you just talk it out. And it will automatically transcribe it and put that into something that you can use. Like it will turn it into everything. So I'm a big fan of this recorder. And yeah, that'll probably be one of the things I talk about in my little conversation. And another cool thing that I recently got, which I'll make a video about, is this little cage from an SSD. This cage is cool. Well, I see what you're saying, Luis. You got jokes. This cage is cool because it basically takes a little SSD and then I can pop it out without making too much of a mess here. There you go. So if I want to attach this little SSD to my camera, I can do that. And what's really cool about this guy is it has a biter for your cable. So if I were to stick the cable in, I'll use this cable right here. Here's my little Wii cable. And then you can unscrew this, make this wider, put your cable in, and then you can lock it in position so that way it won't pull out. You know what I mean? So this one sticks perfectly to the back of my phone cage or to my camera cage, which I use on the computer. So yeah, this is pretty cool. So yeah, this is just going to be a bunch of short, randomly short videos that I make, or relatively short, should I say. Yo, all good. All good. Dude, good to see you. How's the motocross life treating you? Something that I haven't done forever, but it seems like it would be a lot of fun. It seems like it'd be absolute a lot of fun. Dude, come on. That game the other day was phenomenal. I was losing my cookies, bro. I was supposed to be doing work, and I was losing my cookies. That was so good. That first shot from Case, oh my God. Casemiro, he comes through. After everybody be talking spicy about the GOAT, Case was like, sit down, kids. Let Uncle show you a little story. Here's a little story about what it's like to remind you that I am still that dude. That's what I felt like when Casemiro hit that shot. He was like, let me introduce you kids to the wonderful world of Uncle Casemiro. That's funny. That's hilarious, bro. Why everybody got to be like that? The one thing about this cage is every time you change the cable, you have to sort of line it up to whichever your new cable is doing. There we go. Now I got it. Yeah, this is cool though. Bingo. Absolutely cool. Anyway, gang, I'm going to go eat some lunch. It is only 2:45 here. We'll see you guys tomorrow. I appreciate y'all. Thank you for coming through and watching me get my Final Cut on. And yeah, we were talking about that new Final Cut. So I'm curious, Javi, like we're talking about rendering. That was a hour and 12 minutes at 4K, and it's about 25% done with the rendering process. You see what I mean? So like on an M4, according to specs, it's going to be 3 times faster than this. So by the time that hits 30, meaning it will be done. That's crazy. That is freaking crazy. I cannot wait. I kind of want to wait and see what happens with the M4 Max Studio Ultra. Bruh. And listen, I would be remiss. I'll probably bring it up tomorrow. I'll be remiss if I didn't say the amount of people bitching about the power button on the bottom or bitching about the charger being on the bottom of the mouse freaking kills me. You can charge that mouse in 2 minutes for 8 hours. And then when you leave the office, you plug it in. I always have to plug this guy in. I never wait till it dies before I plug it in. And yeah, I can use it with the cable in, but I don't use little bitch ass cables. All of my cables are thick and beefy. So they're not going to make good mouse cables. They're too fat. You know what I mean? I use really fat braided cables. So none of these will make a good mouse cord. It's just, this is a skinny one, right? But yeah, none of these will make a really good mouse cord. Most of them are the 240 cables, which I got over here. None of these are going to make good mouse cables. Like, I use 240 watt cables. So plug it in for like literally a couple of seconds and let it do its thing, and then go about your business, and then come back and it's good. So I don't know why people like to trip out. Oh, you can't turn it on. The power button's on the bottom. It's a couple of ounces Mac Mini. Like this battery pack right here and the new Mini probably weigh about the same. How easy it is to reach under there and give it a little tap. People are tripping. Like literally, they're always tripping. It cracks me up. Anyway, gang, I appreciate y'all. I will see y'all tomorrow. And don't forget to come through. If it's your first time coming through, I like to do these little live edits every once in a while because I got to do work. You probably got work to do. It's a good way for us to get some work done. So just subscribe up. Stay tuned. Thank you. I appreciate y'all for coming through. Hershey, good to see you. Mr. Camera Junkie, see you tomorrow. Peace out. A-Town Stump.
I'm not